Hello and welcome to building some sort of drill take 2. So first up is deciding on what I'm going to build it out of. And maybe having a nap night time. So I'll pop down and show you the litematica schematic down there. And currently, well, that's the inside. So it doesn't give a great impression. But if I wander around this way, we can see the outside of it. And I just built it in creative, all out of cobbled deep slate. But obviously I don't want to do that in the real version. But I was just thinking maybe I should start with the darker blocks at the bottom and then make it lighter as it goes up, as though the end of it is maybe a bit more worn out or just dirtier. And it sort of makes sense because it would be picking up particles of rock from down there, and the deeper you dig, the darker the shade of rocks that you get. So yeah, this is my cone that I found. And then I just have to actually build the thing. I can't, well, I guess I can get up that way if I land in the water stream. Just have to actually make it, yep. So I don't know if I want to start off with black stone for the very bottom, or if I just do a darker variety of the deep slate. So that's decision 1. And then we'll probably get cobblestone, maybe up to stone. I don't know if I should put some tuff in there as well. I don't have a lot of tuff is the problem. That's all the normal tuff that I've got, and I don't think I'd want to use any of the chiseled or polished varieties because I've already got those earlier on in the build. Do I? Okay, I guess that answers my deep slate question, considering that I don't actually have any. So I'd have to go out and grind some, which is not what I was planning still on stream. Yeah, might regret this, but I'm sure I'll use them later. Something. Oh yeah, and then we've got a polished version. I just lay this out and try and do a little gradient. What I think is going to be darkest to lightest. I don't know where this one would fit in. No, that's definitely lighter. So that one would go there, and then we'd have the polished in between, I think. Yeah, so we'd start with this one right at the bottom of the drill and then move upwards. I think. And I probably didn't need to make as much of that one because obviously the drill is thinnest at the bottom, so that one needs the least materials. Oh well. And I guess I could put in some of the normal deep slate. I think this one you can actually place it different directions. Okay, I guess the next question is the transition from cobbled deep slate to cobblestone too harsh? And if yes, what do I put in there to make it smoother? Which the answer to that is, I don't have a clue. We'll try it. We'll see what happens. I think I need some... I've got some actual scaffolding. Maybe that'll do. So this schematic is actually only half of the build. was wondering if I could make it onto that block, but considering I don't, it's hard to see it through the deep slate. Maybe I'll just dig my way down. Always a great idea. I guess I don't actually need to dig out the stuff that's inside the drill. I would definitely want to dig outside. Right, you're bright pink because you're in the schematic, but you shouldn't be there. Noted. Okay. This is why we have the safety platform. It stops me from dying when I do silly things like falling off blocks. Okay. So I've only ever used litematica for building redstone, and I haven't used it very heavily. So this is going to be a new experience for me. Hopefully it works all right. Why can't I place that there? Oh. What are you doing? Okay, I think maybe it's throwing a fit. Hey, Sanaya. I don't know how to use this mod. Okay. Like, the outline is great. I think it's having a fit because I'm not placing the block that it wants there, maybe? Or I'm just in the wrong mode. Because I don't want to edit schematic. I want to actually just build stuff. Yeah, this is litematica. So I haven't done anything with Axiom, but I think... Does Axiom have litematica as part of it? I did not actually edit schematic. Schematic placement? Right, it's gonna flash everything up as red that I place that's not cobble deep slate, I think. As long as I'm actually placing blocks and not just... I should have brought some proper filler blocks, I feel. Okay, this is an issue. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm enjoying this, to be honest. I mean, it's definitely better than me tabbing backwards and forwards, but I can't see a thing, which is slightly an issue for trying to build stuff. I think that I've fallen off. There is a way to do it like layer by layer. Maybe I need to try and enable that so that my view isn't getting blocked. Okay. Don't need those anymore. Right. Let's have a look. I don't know what any of these do. Because I think this is just edit, select, or place. Schematic manager? No, let's not do that. Configuration, render layers, single layer. I'm assuming that's the bottom of the schematic and not... Maybe it is actually the Y level in the world. Oh, maybe. That's Y12 and we're currently on Y16. Okay, I mean, this is going to be a lot easier to work with because I can actually see what I'm doing. But I will have to... Nope, you don't live there. How about... Oh, it's happy because I put the right block there. Yeah, I would have to keep going to the menu. Well, Yeah, the problem is, if I don't face the drill, then it's just never going to get done. And it's going to sit at the bottom of my world forever, taunting me, mocking me. Hotkey. Is there like a layer next? That sounds good. Page up. Where on earth is page up on my keyboard? There we go. Okay. Yay. Oh. I think I am going to do very rough texturing because I can't actually see what I'm doing because of these, because it's not textured in litematica, so it's currently throwing a hissy fit. So I think I will build the structure in bands and then come back to it and like gradient it a little better. Also, I do have a plan for doing a world tour episode shortly because it's nearly approaching 1 year since I started my YouTube channel. So I thought it'd be nice to do a world tour and show off some of the stuff I've been building, but that means that I actually have to have stuff that I'm building. So there's a few projects that I'm hoping I can get done before I make that video, and I think the drill would be one of those. I should probably put some torches around somewhere, shouldn't I? So I don't just end up with a ton of mobs in here. And if you're wondering if I can talk, the answer is no. If you're wondering about my next Foundation episode, you'll be pleased to know that it's coming along a lot better than my original ice farm plan. Right, I think I had 37 layers, and I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we'll call it 8. I can't do maths. Roughly. Get my calculator out. Anyway, how's your day been? My day has been trying to build a cone. The first way that I tried it didn't work at all, so I was like, I'm just gonna look up because I'm sure someone's made a tool for this. And they had indeed made a tool for it. Okay, yeah, it's like 4 and a bit, so I think it's time for me to switch because I've done way more than 4 layers on the deep slate tiles. Let's try some of these. Okay, I guess with practice it gets easier, but I do not currently understand how people... I mean, it's probably easier if you're actually using the blocks it wants you to use too. Yeah, I don't understand how people like building with this so much. Oh, there we go. Oops. So this does look a bit weird, but we trust the process. I have faith that it's going to work out this time. Might be misguided faith, but I have faith. Nice. Oh, we're testing the YouTube alert bot. That's exciting. I placed that in the wrong spot because I couldn't see where I was aiming. Right, so this one's just a square. That's easy. Which series is it? Your new next video? Is it another dwarf one? Or is it something different? That needs a filler block. I should probably go and grab some dirt at some point because whilst it's easy enough to place the scaffolding, I could just leave the dirt in there. And then it saves me a couple of key presses. And I am lazy. like that. 1, 2, 3. So this is my last layer of bricks, which is probably good because I'm nearly running out of bricks. Is that how far? Yeah, and then we have 1 on the end there. Do that. The idea for this. Also, I'm losing all my scaffolding down there. Ah. That's cool. It went well. I don't know why my throat's so dry. I've just noticed a little thing in the top right as well. Anyway, up, page up. That's where we're going. Right. Actually, I was talking about transitions. I feel like that might be slightly lighter than the cobbled deep slate, so maybe that could be the transition block. Did you go in completely the wrong place? I feel like that went in completely the wrong place. Yes. That's not where you live. There we go. There, I need to grab some dirt. But I might need to grab some more of these deep slate blocks as well. Or just my, what do you call it? Stone cutter. There we go. The eternal question, what am I doing? And the usual answer, I don't know. But we'll work something out. I could have just built half a drill anyway. Not like I'm never ever going to go around the other side of it. What do we need that for? Also, Ian, I am completely blaming you for this drill because I was going to build a nice little dome that was going to be tiny, and you suggested a drill, which is a really good idea, but it's also a lot more complicated an idea. What am I doing? Two there. Two there. I need to knock those out at some point. That is not a brick. Oh, target scaffolding. Gosh. I think things are fairly lit up there. So hopefully I won't get anyone dropping on my head. Right, 1, 2, 3. Good things take time. They do indeed. I should be more patient. I'm patient with some things. But yeah, I think it's tricky. And also the realization that, you know, it has been nearly a year since my first video. And I feel like I haven't really done a lot in a year, but hopefully when I come to do my tour, you know, I'll look back and go, actually, I have been fairly productive. Right, I'm going to get rid of those tiles and grab some more bricks because I have a feeling I'm going to need a lot of bricks. I wanted to get some dirt. Are you impressed that I did actually put all of my items in my chests? So they now are labelled and what's inside them matches the label. And I didn't force you to watch me do it on stream. Should we have a nap? Nearly morning, but why not? get down there? Maybe. Bash my head. Oh. Well, this is why we have feather falling. Really? Oh no. That's not right. And I put all of these blocks away. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, navigation is being a little bit tricky, you know, because it's sort of half built. If I can get on there, then I can work my way around. Okay, I need to remember to come back and do that later. Fill that block in. I mean, I will remember at least when I'm sorting the texturing out. That is not what I was going to place there. Yeah, but just because you would doesn't mean that I should subject you to that. Right. Oh, I need to actually put my stone cutter down, which it's going to have a... Oh, it doesn't care about the stone cutter. Apparently I'm allowed to place that one down. What am I doing? These ones polished. Maybe because it's not a full block. Did I pick that up? Yes, good. Hopefully I picked up whatever I dropped down there as well. Right, we're going 2 on the corners and then 3 across. Oh, I started watching UHC Generations. I'm still on the first member at the moment. Is that? Yeah, I've gone up too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I was going to change to that one. Yeah, okay. I've just realised I'm not going to have nearly enough of that stuff to actually do anything with it. Oops, you don't live there. Yay, look how happy it is that I'm using the block it wants me to use. Not throwing a hissy fit anymore. Okay, so you're coming out like that, and then... Well, now it's throwing a hissy fit because the schematic doesn't cover this area. But never mind. Yeah, it's a fun little series. I'm interested to see how it's going to change when the next person... I think I've just got 1 more episode, and then it switches over. So I'm interested to see like how that transition's going to go. Right. Out of the way. I did have another question as well, but you've sort of answered it, given that you said you'd watch me stream filling my chests up. But my next episode, I've got that, yay. It's currently, with a very rough edit, an hour long. I've got some, you know, repetitive bits and stuff to cut out from that. So it won't be an hour long, but it'll be longer than my normal half an hour that I aim for. But I was just wondering if you're like, that sounds great. We get more time in Gala's little Minecraft world, or if it's going to feel like a slog. If it feels like a slog, I can try and trim it down a bit more. Are they the ones to watch out for? Are they fun ones? Four. Anything undone? No. So yeah, also this design at the moment obviously just uses full blocks, but I will come back in later. That didn't go where it was meant to. And add in walls and stuff. Maybe some chains or iron bars to make it look a bit more pointy. Right, that was 3. Yep, that was 3. And then we go 2. Oops. No. Bad deep slate. What am I building with? Why is it? Why am I so bad at placing blocks? Maybe I'm playing the wrong game if I can't place blocks down properly. Yeah, I guess I should be spamming a few torches as well. Because it doesn't really matter if this thing fills up with mobs, but it would still be nice if it, you know, just in case I do ever need to go in there. Or more likely I'm doing something up in my base, accidentally drill through the wrong bit of the floor and end up falling in. It would be nice for it not to be full of creepers and skeletons and all manner of nasty things. Enderman spawning and then coming up to say hello. Get out of the way. Right, what am I doing? Okay, this is literally just a copy of the layer below, which is easy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make this, the cobbled deep slate, really big, because I think I've miscalculated somewhere. Accidentally drill into the drill. Yeah, it's the sort of thing I would do. You know what I'm like. Still can't believe I turned all that lava into obsidian when we were on the server the other day. Yesterday, in fact. Jeez. Time flies when you're having fun. Also, question that you might not know the answer to. Is there really no way to get rid of bedrock in Bedrock Edition? Because I tried searching that and it came up with some tricks from like ages ago. And then some super secret way of doing it that they didn't want to share in case it got patched immediately. That's going to be an odd number. Because it would be so much easier to get to the witch farm up above the nether reef. But if it's not possible, then it's not possible. I think that's going to need some dirt. Get this going. I'm making progress. So, yeah, I guess I'll work out how to turn off litematica. And then we work on texturing it. Well, if we could break the bedrock on the nether reef, then we could get up above there and make a really quick way to the witch farm, because you just have to like put an arrow in the right direction and then break the bedrock again by the witch farm portal, or build the portal on the nether reef and not worry about the bedrock. And then you're all good to go. Right. 2, 3, 4. I can count. I'm smart. I still can't place blocks in the right way, but I can count. I need to remember to put a torch on that side, and every time I'm around this way, I think about it, and every time I'm over there, I forget that I was going to do it. Oh, okay. Ah. Don't you malign my nether roof. It's perfectly useful. I like it that way. And do all my farms up there out of the way of ghast throwing fireballs at my face. Okay. Placing a torch down. That is what we're doing. Yeah, I think I've miscounted because I'm doing way more layers of cobble deep slate than everything else, which is fine, but I'm just not entirely sure where I went wrong. Right, we've got this 3 along here. No. Ah. Too many. Too many that way. Am I going to end up in my water stream? Yeah, I'm going to end up in the water stream. Which is not a huge issue, but I was planning to try and get some glow squid up through. I get them somewhere else. Maybe. Right, what am I doing? There we go. Oh. I said about the torch and I still forgot it. How does that work? No, you've gone in the wrong place, but I can't see you because the stupid block's in the way. I mean, it's a great system, but I wish they would, like, have some sort of transparency so I could see what's underneath it. Okay. If I were me, I would place a torch here and I'd actually do it. Yay. Even if you can't build on the nether roof, just go back to that point, you could still, like, run across it. That's not right. Definitely not, no. Okay. Can't have a sticky out bit down on the lower layer. Okay, we have 3 single ones. That's what I did wrong. Yeah, like that. That makes more sense. I'm gonna have to knock that bit off as well. One more? One more. Get rid of that dirt for no reason. Torch there, so we'll have to come back later and dig all of that pillar out. I think it is just pillar, yeah. Guess we could do it now actually while we're on the right level. Portals with a tunnel connecting them. Piglin trading farm, yeah, that'd be good. It's very dark. I don't know if you, hopefully you can actually still see all right. I guess if I put torch here, no, that's water. I can't put torch on water. Okay, put torch there and remember to remove it later. Yeah, I've been playing Return to Moria recently, which Hisa's got fun series on. And they've got an item there which you just equip and it gives you light around you. So I did have a moment where I was wondering where that item was. And of course it exists in Minecraft as a potion that you can drink, but it is not an actual item that I can equip. Okay, I was just checking that this is actually a pillar. I'm not going to suddenly fall down. But no, it's all good. You know what would be really good right now is a beacon. I did threaten you with a skeleton farming, didn't I? Yeah, the piglin trading would be good for fire resist potions. I've got a bucket load of those from my bartering farm that I made on this world. I could put a little andesite in as well, but I don't think I want to do in my drill, that is. But I don't think I want to do like full layers of it. It'll just be a highlight in the stone levels. Yeah, that needs fixing. That's fine, we won't look at it from this side. Yeah, I guess we can sort of stop here. She says, continuing to dig. My inventory is full. Okay, it's very dark. I'm gonna have to do some sort of lighting as well on here, I guess, so that you can actually see the drill and it doesn't just blend in with the shadows. 1 tray per game tick. Oh, that does sound crazy. Yeah, I guess the problem is getting enough gold to actually run it. Do I need to do anything up here? I might as well dump a bit of stuff out of my inventory. I heard a very strange noise. Okay, the stick I don't need because that was to do with the litematica. Get rid of that. I can forget where my ore is. Oh, it's because it's in the diamonds chest. Maybe I should change that to that instead. And then I might remember that it's ores. But then I'll get it muddled up with this one, which is valuable items. It's fine. I'm sure I'll manage. Right. Bustrode monstrosity. Well, you started building a nice exterior. I wasn't quite sure how you wanted to continue it, though. But if you want me to help farm resources or anything for it, then just let me know. I'm going to put that in there for now and just use that for texturing. Do I want some stone as well? Probably. I should probably switch to that soon. Might be morning again, but we're sleeping anyway. Okay, let's see if I can... Oh, well, sort of. I landed on something. Okay. Yeah, but I'm doing the drill now, which means at some point you've got to finish that. But yeah, I think it's tricky. Right, how many layers do we think we have? I was looking at that and worried that it wasn't actually properly lined up. If I'd have built this one too low, I'd have been very sad. Maybe like 10. We want to do cobble deep slate and then some stone. Yeah, we can't. I don't want to do 5 of each of those, so do 2 more of these and then mix in the stone and the cobble stone. More than 4. Yep. It's a good starting estimate. And then we can refine it with testing later. Ah! There wasn't actually a block there. So, whoops. Yep. I mean, I know it's like, it's literally bright blue. But still, some sort of opacity would help me not get confused by it. There's probably a setting or something where you can do that. I designed, or I built the, I can't really say I designed it when someone else's tool built it. I built the drill at lunchtime. And then I was just like, okay, let's do a quick test and get it in litematica. And then check that I can import it to my world, and that was my extent of looking at litematica. Well, oh, it's not entirely a pit of death, but I certainly wouldn't want to fall down there. I'm not going to block it up or anything, because that would be too sensible. That's not how I roll. Okay, I don't have any dirt to aim for anymore, but nope. I can kill myself trying to land on that. No, okay. That's just not going to work. So I think I'm going to have to go up to the top and then drop down somehow. I guess I could use that water stream that's sitting there quite nice and handily. But it's so slow. But it does work, so I guess it's got that going for it. Okay, back to building and trying not to fall off. We said 2 more layers. Okay, 1, get 2 in there, and then 5 across where this stone is in the way. No. Okay, that 2 should be coming there. And then that block doesn't need to be there. Okay. We're getting there. Slowly. Yes! Yep. Both of us are playing in that. And it's pretty quiet, to be honest. So I see signs of King Predator being on there. Oops. Can't place things against blocks that don't exist in the world. But I rarely ever see him online. So I mean, it sounds like you've got a fair amount going on, but if you were bored and decided that you wanted to game, you could come and log on the server, see what everyone's up to. We've not got the Ender Dragon yet, because we still need to gather all the materials and stuff. Right, next layer. So yeah, this will be the last cobble deep slate layer. And then I will switch to actual cobblestone, but I might need to find a better transition for that block. We'll see. This will probably be like the barn, where it will take several episodes to actually get it in any sort of reasonable state. because I don't really know what I'm doing. Also, what I might do is kind of cheat a bit in a way, in that one of my favourite YouTubers, Good Times with Scar, did build a big drill in one of his seasons of Hermitcraft. So I might just steal, or no, go and get inspiration from that build. Definitely not steal all the ideas. Yeah, just to, because I've got an idea for like sticking some walls and stuff on the outside. But I might go and see how a pro has done it. Right. Yeah, you do have a lot of corpse running. Yeah, I did a bit of that the other day because I drowned in the ocean miles away from home. This was going to be cobblestone. So let's actually switch. But yeah, you've got like 5 different games, I want to say, going on at the moment. So I don't blame you for not wanting to add another one to the mix. I haven't seen Jess around. Do you know if she's gonna be streaming soon? I do like all the crocodile pictures that we get. Oops. Yeah, pick block is sort of broken now. Because, I mean, it's helpful, obviously, from a litematica point of view. Because you don't need to actually pay attention to what block, you just need it in your inventory. But it's kind of annoying for someone who's, yeah, going away from schedule. 2, yeah. And then 3. And 2, I can still count, which is good. Might fail me at some point. Also, I feel like I'm going to be stuck inside at some point, because when I do the last layer, I'm going to be in the middle, but I'm going to need to be outside. I guess I can just dig through the basalt. That'll work. Oops. There's probably a few blocks like that I'll have missed. Hopefully I can grab them on the kind of detailing stage of things. Okay, what am I doing? Done 2, and then I've done 1, so I've got another 2 there. And then a 5 in a row. Easy enough. But now, yeah, how is this water all going to flood in there, do we reckon? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. That's going to make things slightly annoying. Alright. Oh, it's slow going, but we are making progress. I just hope it looks somewhat decent once it's done. Because I'm not knocking this down again. I'm starting afresh. This is it. If it doesn't work, then I'll just never come in this cave again. I'll block it. I'll pave it over there. We'll just never look down. Pretend it doesn't exist. What we do with all our problems. Hide them away. No. I kid. Right. 3. Yep. And then we now have water and litematica issues. Water causing litematica issues. I feel like I should just go and block that off. Right. To be honest, because I don't need that route up anymore. I mean, to be fair, there are a fair amount of things that do just go away if you ignore them long enough. It might not be to your own personal benefit, but sometimes, you know, problems just fix themselves if you ignore them. Okay, my blocking up failed. Because this is just completely flooded. Right, so I think that should be doing it now. Yes, okay. Success. Yeah, we've got random bits of cobbled deep slate in here when I use pick block and I forget that it doesn't work. But that's fine. I should also quickly change my... I don't think I'm missing any messages, but it does surprise me how few messages you need before it starts filtering stuff out of chat. I sort of assumed that it would only... Oops, that's gone in the wrong place. I assumed it would only kick in if you had like really busy chat, but apparently not. What am I doing? Either am I? No. Okay, this one should be a 2. That one should not be there at all. Running into issues again. I'm gonna mine all this out at some point, probably today. This is coming along fairly swiftly. Don't fall off. Okay. Okay, like that. And then there's 2 that way and 2 that way. I think my litematica is upset. That can't be an actual water block, right? Oh, okay, I think I know what's going on. Because obviously the water was there when I made the schematic, so it's saying that we should have water in that position, even though we don't actually want it there. Okay. Mystery solved. And I need to come out there. Need to grab a drink before my throat completely gives up. And I need to page up again. Okay, I think 2 more of not deep slate, of cobble. Your block, yes. Your block, yes. And then I will move to stone. Nope. Pick block, still not working. Have to check every now and again to make sure. Oops. Why was that so difficult? I've just lost both my bits of cobble, so I'd have been better off just leaving it there in the wrong spot. Never mind. It's not like I had to farm a load of cobble the other day when I wanted to get redstone stuff sorted. No, not at all. All the cobble I could ever need. I might build a cobblestone farm at some point. I just like building farms, really. If you hadn't noticed. Might come as a shock to you. What am I doing? 3 in a row. Like that. And then 3 in a row there. Of the wrong blocks. A slightly more aggressive gradient than planned. We'll fix it later. Right, last cobble layer, I think. And then we do the stone, and then we go and see how it looks without the angry litematica. I mean, we can sort of see it, because once I'm done with the layer, it stops complaining. My next thought is there a farm I can fit inside this? That would make sense. Maybe I could put the cobblestone farm inside it. Like, I'd have to check blast radiuses. The one I use uses TNT, so obviously I wouldn't want to blow the drill up. But thematically, it would make sense that you would get cobblestone out of the big drill. So I do like that idea from that point of view. Can you hear? Yeah. But yeah, I would need to check it. Make sure that I'm not going to wreck all of my hard work here. Yeah, I know you like hiding your farms away, don't you? Mine are just out in the open with the idea that someday I will build them an exterior. But that someday may never come, because there's always more projects to do. Okay. Right, one more. 2 more. Okay, stone. And another layer. Oh, I think that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if you just heard it then, but the range on the note block that I've got for my wheat farm just is really loud. I'm sort of sad that you can still hear it from my base. I don't know if I can put anything. I mean, because obviously it's traveling 3 blocks, although isn't that changing with an upcoming patch, or am I just imagining that? What's going on and what have I done wrong here? Yeah, we should have little triangles, and I don't have a little triangle. Yeah. Okay, what? Okay, I think I might have cut that corner out and not done the same here, because I did go back to the cone that I copied this from and sort of modified it a bit. So I think that's what happened there. Because the cone was sort of like a gentler curve, whereas for the drill I wanted something quite quite harsh. Okay, yeah, let's dig this stone away because otherwise I'm going to get potentially confused with what's drill and what isn't. Yeah, it's just a note block firing. And also what I could do is put it on a slightly longer timer. Because I think it's every 6 seconds or so it triggers, which is way quicker than it needs. I'm not convinced by this. I think some of the thing might have gone wrong. Okay, right, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are things going wrong on my channel? Never. Okay, yeah, that needs to be out one more. Torch down there. Oh, I was gonna say I've done a reasonably good job at lighting it up, but I think the water ruined my plans because we've got a skeleton down there. I've got ender pearls, so I might go down there, kill the skelly, put torch down, ender pearl out. Because everything always goes well when I ender pearl. Yeah, let's just do a bit of torch spam. Sadly, well, I can get out there because I can just break through it. That's easier than ender pearling and cheaper. Can't reach though. There's a whole list of things I find weird with bedrock, but one of them is that you can't jump and break blocks because the block durability just resets really quick. Whereas on Java, I'm used to being able to just like repeatedly jump at something and attack it if it's just out of my range. And then it will actually get broken. Crunch. Okay. Right. We carry on. Nearly there. Have you got anything underneath you? Yes. Nice. And a no for you. Right, where did my dirt go? Okay, that's clearly a block that I forgot to remove from the inside. Oh. Yeah, it's just such a like a nice quality of life feature to be able to reach just a little bit higher. And the boats. Don't get me started on the boats. And also, I really struggle to stop being in swim mode. There must, I mean, I guess that could just be lag as well, potentially. Why did you work and you... Hello? Okay, that should be a single one, that should be the 2. That shouldn't be there at all. Okay. Nope, you shouldn't be there either. Right, I need a 1 there. And I've got more stone to break down. It's all gone dark. I guess I didn't really need to break all that. I'm just trying to give myself room to move. Finding blocks, switch to different hotbar slot. Okay. I don't think I ever noticed that that was behavior on Java. I mean, I must have done it. I think I just don't do it frequently enough that it actually bothers me. What are you doing? Are you a 2? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the other thing I like about Java is this. I can put anything I like in my offhand, and it works. But I'm not trying to bash on Bedrock. And I guess if I played Bedrock all the time, then there'd probably be things on Java that annoy me because they're different to what I'm used to. I like things working how I'm used to them working. Final layer incoming. I'm so happy. Okay, if I was smart, then I would leave myself some room to get out. I think I'll do it over in that corner, and then I can drop down and do a spot of mining maybe. Okay, so that's the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is getting a little close in here now. Not gonna lie. 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay, yeah, let's leave this little front bit open at the moment, and then I can fill that in once I've got around the rest of it. Okay, one more layer. I'm not sure about that block. Probably a lie. So surely there should be a block in there. Oops. You went in the wrong place. Where'd you go? There we go. Oh, it's because it's on a different layer. Don't mind me, I was just going to say it was concerning that it let me pick block from there, but I think yeah, it's only classing the current active layer that we're on. Stop it. There we go. Are they? That's good. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's so much easier if you can, like, be mining's something that you want to take out and then quickly swap it with whatever blocks in your offhand. Okay, so we've got, and then we've got a little, what is going on? 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I think I'm doing that 2 blocks there and then 5 across here and then getting stuck. So all the stone's in the way. And then we've got another 2, and then it's the weird little 5 in a diamond shape. And then 2 there, and then this will be 5 across. But yeah, this bit didn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I don't think I need that block there. I need, oops, stop it. You like that? Yes, okay. So now I just need to do this right. And then the drill is roughly laid out. A long way from finished, but it's a lot closer. Yeah, okay, that does work. A lot closer to being done than it was until very recently. So I will call that a win. We'll go and have a look in a minute. I'm just going to dig my way out of this bit and possibly fall down. I don't know how much I've got below me, but there's only one way to find out, and that is by mining out directly underneath my feet. I think this is probably where it runs out. I bought a bucket clutch. Oh! Well, failed, but feather falling once again stops me from taking too much damage. Worth its weight in gold. Not that gold's overly rare for me anymore. Okay, so I've still got that block there that needs sorting out. It's nighttime because it's always nighttime, it feels like. So I'm going to sleep and then we'll go round and take a look at the stripy drill. You like my little collectibles wall? Like, almost first diamond. Okay, I need to turn litematica off, which I don't actually know how to do. Loaded schematic. Unload. Yeah, that worked. Oh. It is always nighttime. I mean, I know it's not nighttime right now, but just you wait 10 minutes, it'll be nighttime again. Okay, yeah. I definitely need some lighting down there. And I also, like my transition, that block is on the outer layer, so it should be cobble, I think, because, yeah, it definitely looks a bit weird at the moment. But, I don't know what you think. I think it's definitely a lot more drill shaped than my previous attempt at building a drill. Okay, I'm not going to get rid of the dirt platform yet, just because there is still all of the texturing to do. What I might do is just swap out some simple layers. My piglin trap is working. I should put a little hopper down there. Collect my gold ingots. Nuggets, rather. Yeah, the previous attempt was a disaster from the beginning. That torch is very lucky. Okay. Yeah, to be honest, I would have struggled to make this go worse than my first attempt. Like, that would have been a real achievement if I'd have managed that. Because it was dreadful. I can't decide. Well, yeah, I think the drill wins, but my attempt at a reef for the barn freehand is also a strong contender to worst things that I've built on this channel. Okay, yeah, so I'm thinking if I replace this with stone, and don't get confused about where I was. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can still count. That's good. And then do that down here with the cobble. Don't know if it's going to come into effect. Yeah, it does. Okay. Couple deep slow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep. Well, oops. That didn't work. I could just move this closer now that I'm working at the bottom. I should also go and have a drink break soon, but I want to get this side, well, not done, but at least sort of marked out a little better. Okay, and then that can turn into one of them. And that can turn into one of them. And I can go and fill in this side because I have a block. There we go. Okay. And to go and have another look. I am semi-tempted to get free cam. Just because it would make it easier to get a better perspective. But then it's also, you know, it's tempting to use it to cheat a bit. Because I could be like, oh, I can't find this thing. Let's just free cam and have a little look through the wall. The dreadful drill is less dreadful. Yep. Yeah, I will put in some other, because I think that's too much of a distinct line. So there will be some sort of texturing running through it. I might try, I don't know if you've watched Mumbo's latest videos. Because I know you do watch some of his stuff. But he was using glass panes to add like a bit of texturing and different colour. So I might try that in here as well. So I'll be using walls and probably iron bars and maybe chains to sort of simulate the teeth of the drill a bit more. But I might try and add in just some like different shades of grey or black glass just to kind of add a bit more texture-y feel to it, maybe? Yes, this is definitely better than what I had. And hopefully with some texturing it will actually turn into something that looks some way decent. We can always hope. Right. For now I'm gonna have a quick drink and then decide if I want to actually texture the drill or if I want to do something a bit different for the last bit. Redstone broke. Ah, okay. I think it was the one before that. It was when he's designing the letters. So he's got the letter display that he built. Maybe it's last episode, 2 episodes ago. So like the thing that he needed all the redstone for when he was designing that build. Actually, I might do a little work here because I want to swap out all the grass for mud. And I might do that now rather than texturing the drill. And it's definitely not because I'm scared about texturing the drill and I'm worried I'm going to mess it up. It's because I want to be out in the sunshine, enjoying the breeze on my face. But first we can have opening chest ASMR. One thing I do like about Bedrock, while we're on the subject, it messes me up because I'm used to being able to like shift double click But in Bedrock, if you control click something, you pick up everything. I don't know if it only works with like non... So I don't know if you could pick up multiple stacks like it, but like, oh, it did work. Okay. Maybe it's just something that I've never used in Java. But yeah, I do miss shift clicking everything into my inventory. I don't think that works in Bedrock. The little stone cuts down. Hopefully I have enough mud for this. Yeah, I've got a little bit. I'm going to have to build a mud farm soon too. I don't have any actual mud. Not mud, mud bricks and stuff. And that would add some needed variety into my build palettes, I feel. Well, because they take up less room this way. And then if I need them, I can break out my fortune pick. Also, given what happened to my last fortune pick... Oh, they need to go over to the ice farm. Given what happened to my last fortune pick, I'm a bit wary of taking it out and about with me. So it can sit safe in there while I take my renewable silk touch to the mines when I go. But yeah, I haven't needed it, so it just sits there. I am also going to be AFK for a bit, but probably not as long as Hoos. I'm going to grab a drink and I will be back with you shortly. I have returned. I hope you can't hear that much while I'm pottering about. I do have a key for muting my mic, but I forget to use it. And then I forget to unmute when I come back. Right. I was gonna grab some mud. So yeah, I think that's all the energy I have for working on the drill in this session. So we're just gonna do some pottering about the base jobs. Oh look, it's nighttime again. Yeah, I was gonna grab some texturing blocks. And then I wanted... I don't have very many of these. I might need to go and grab some more. And brown terracotta would probably look nice, but... yeah, that's not gonna happen. Can always come back later. Once I've made my mud/clay farm and a super smelter and some sort of fuel gathering system. Always so much to do. Good kitty. Finally get rid of all of the dirt in my base. I should probably just put some sort of ceiling on. Really. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's not where that goes. I do like... okay, it's a bit squelchy, but I do like the noise that mud makes when you place it. Got a nice depth to it. You definitely know that you're doing something. I am going to add some colour to this. But I need to think about it. Yeah, I need some more muddy mangrove roots. Do we want a trip to the mangrove swamp? Is a question. I don't know which is the darker one of these two. Yeah, definitely the soul sand. Okay. So yeah, this will be covered with like flowers and stuff still. So this texturing won't be as noticeable. And I'm going to mix in some muddy mangrove roots. Can I actually make those before I go on a trip? Because I've... oh, I was going to put in some mangrove roots as well. Would they be in here or would they be in with leaves? Okay. Yes, I can just make them. You only get one per. Use two things to make one item. Seems a little bit unfair. Oh no, I'm stuck in a hole. You know why that water's not flying backwards, but sure. Well, yeah, because you've got the mud and you've got the roots, and you're just shoving the mud into the roots, really, aren't you? Yeah, I can get along with that. I'm assuming like it's a set way round that it goes. Oh, okay. Right, I need to get something underneath it then. So that I can get the different texture. Because yeah, I like that a lot more than the stripe. Like, the stripe is cool, and I'm sure it would have its place, but that place is not in my floor. I've got nothing to latch onto there. Okay, yeah, I maybe shouldn't have destroyed everything underneath it first. Let's put a little in this corner. And then some of the nether bricks. Definitely not. Nether, that sort of stuff. Okay, so that's gonna have something in there. I always do like diagonals. I'm learning. It's a work in progress. Yeah, we just spam stuff around and hope for the best. Right, so where's the hole? So I need to block that off and then come up here to do the route. Like that. Also, it's interesting that that is a full block. I mean, again, I guess it makes sense, but the mud is not full block. Okay. So now, I don't know how much decorative stuff I've got. Okay, I've also only got one size of those, apparently. I thought I had more. What else can we put on that side? Maybe a little bit of bamboo. And I can make some candles now. I keep looking in the places where my stuff used to be. Do I not have any alliums? Where do alliums grow? There's a question for you. Because yeah, I do not have a whole lot of variety of stuff to put down at the moment. Excuse me, just coughing my lungs up. Okay. Candles, that's what I was going to do. And I want some purple dye, which make these. Yep, okay, and I need some string, which is in mob drops, and then I need some honeycomb. I have no idea how dyeing candles work. I think it's one dye per candle. But don't quote me on that. Oops, that's not honeycomb. That's honeycomb. Yep, bee farm's still ticking along. Do they? Yeah, one. I'm gonna need a dye farm at this rate as well. So my idea was that this is gonna be, because it's between purple and lime, so it's just gonna have some purpley bits in it, and then some lime bits as well at some point. Guess I could put some sea pickles down. That would work. Hide the little... Oh, I should probably leave that to grow naturally because it would be nice to have some of the leaves on it. And I can't remember if it's location specific. I know where it is in the block depends on where you place it in the world. So like that block will always have the bamboo in that location. But I don't know if the leaf aspect of it is random. It might be a bit too pink. I'll see. I don't have pink anywhere else though, so I suppose it's all right. This is basically going to be full up with different colours of things, but I'm just lacking in resources at the moment. I might take a trip to the Amethyst Geode. We've got a few under the base, but those will be fully like budded up. So I might try going to the one in the first mine that we explored. Right, muddy mangrove roots, and I am actually going to do that now because there's no better time than the present to get completely distracted. First I'm going to make some lime, not like that, I'm not. Some lime candles. Yep, I've got loads of green dye now that I found a cactus. If I can count, that would be even better. I think I missed what you were replying to, Ian, so I'm not sure what makes sense, but I'm glad at least one thing that I've said makes sense. Or maybe it's one thing that I was ranting against that actually is logical. Could go either way. Your dogs do look cute. I think you've posted... Yeah, I'm not getting muddled up, am I? I could be. I'm sure you've posted pictures of them. They're big and scaly and they lay some eggs, right? That was you. There we go. Right. Problem with moving my inventory around is I don't know where it is. Oh look! It's night time. At some point I need to come in with an axe and sort out my balcony because I didn't have my bee farm when I built this, and so some of it's fully oxidized, and what I want is more of a gradient going from bright orange into the blue green rather than these big patches of darker colour. But that'll be another day. I don't think I've ever did your on stream be right back screen. I don't think I yeah, I'd be I'd be concerned if your dogs laid eggs. Yay. Candles don't burn things, right? I'm not gonna come back and find that kitten's been singed. Okay, we're gonna get some more greenery in here. I just need to actually locate some. I don't know if I want to put those in there. I would at some point like to get the sniffer eggs as well, but that involves going... I was just looking for the button to open this up and it's not on that side at all. Yeah, that involves all of the archaeology stuff, and I did a bit of that when I was... because I wanted them for the cyan dye. I didn't get lucky with the sniffer egg. Okay, we are going to the mines with my pickaxe to hope that the geode over there... It will have been loaded a bit because I was going back and forth to the ice farm when I was building that. Look at the little snow dogs that I got. I need to give these names and collar colours at some point. And build them a little house so they're not getting wet when it rains. But as always, jobs for other days. You do need to stream more. I'm glad I could catch a bit of your Mario building anyway the other day. It was fun to watch and to try and give my opinions, which don't always work out, but you know, you try things out. At least it, like, you might complain about your building skills, but some of the travesties that I created on stream are much worse than anything you could come up with, I think. Right. Can I remember where this is? You also put out a lot of videos, so I imagine a lot of your time is spent actually editing stuff. I spent like 2 hours AFKing here trying to get a slime to spawn over there. Did not happen. Okay, this is not quite fully grown. So I just want to very gently tap some of these amethyst buds so that I can get different sizes without breaking those bits, obviously. Like that. At least it wasn't a cluster. Is that what they're called? It wasn't one of the ones that generates amethysts for me. What is it called? Because otherwise that's going to annoy me. The budding amethyst. Yeah, we didn't kill the budding amethyst, so it's all good. Okay, I don't really want too many of the tiny little ones. But I guess a couple doesn't hurt. Yeah, I think the one on two. Do I have one of those? Yes, okay. Yeah, we'll just get a couple more. Any that I don't use today can just sit in my eventual sorting system forever. Another thing to automate on the list. Okay, I think I had quite a few of those, but while I'm here, there's no harm in mining the fully aged ones either. Why are you not dug out? Be more productive. 2 hours to put down the floor. You see, I solved this, and I'll demonstrate a bit when I go back up, by just using exactly the same thing for my flooring, and then I don't need to think about it. I just build in one block. My brain doesn't get taxed at all. I like the noise this makes, it quite soothing. I should do a whole floor of amethyst and then just tinkle as I walk along. Okay, yeah, that's my way out. It looks good in the end though. Your floor does. Yeah, the trick is not to compare yourself to people that are good at building. Comparison is the thief of joy, as they say. So, okay, so I did ask this question in while I was filming my next episode, but I don't think I'm going to leave it in because of time constraints. So, I have a question, and the answer is probably yes, but Hermitcraft Season 10 is finishing at the end of the month, and sometime after that, they'll make the world download available. And they've got some mini games, and I was thinking I could do a stream or two where I try out their mini games. Some of them are like parkour and stuff. And you know how good I am at parkour. So I thought that might be a fun little activity, but also I could do like a very brief base tour, because I think Hermitcraft has been going for like a year and a half, roughly. And just compare and contrast what they get done. And like, they're professional content creators, so you know, it's literally their job. But what some of them have got done in a year and a half versus what I've got done in a year is yeah, that's quite a stark contrast is how I'm going to phrase it. Right, this might be a little too much amethyst. I might have gone overboard. Also, I probably will put some amethyst over this side, mixed in with some turquoisey bits. So, yeah, I'm going to just put in some of the tiny, maybe one of the tiny ones down there. Yeah, and some of them are not so many. So, have you heard of Plate Up? So it's a cooking game where customers come in and they ask for different meals and you serve them different meals and you have to like cook everything. Okay. It's a fun game. Check out my video on the channel. No. What was I doing? I was grabbing some string for that bamboo. But yeah, anyway, like it's an actual game which has, you know, quite a lot of replayability. There's a certain number of days that you have to get through to win the game. But basically somebody, Tango Tech, has rebuilt that in Minecraft on the Hermitcraft server. So it's not using command blocks or anything. Are you stopping that bamboo from growing? Is it going to grow right through your head? There's some sort of like ancient torture thing where they would leave bamboo to grow through people's feet, was it? I don't know the specifics. But anyway, I know the cat's not actually going to get damaged by the bamboo, but let's move it out of the way anyway, just in case. Okay. And in season 9, I didn't play it because I'm terrible. But he basically made, I think they're roguelike games. So it's a dungeon crawler, but as you progress, you get cards from doing the dungeon that gives you like better abilities the next time you go round. So the idea is that you run it multiple times to get good and like learn different paths. And it was just an amazingly massive project. I think that was actually, I'm going to say Decked Out 2. He's definitely done more than one of these things. But yeah, he's got crazy ideas and just basically builds games in Minecraft, but in vanilla Minecraft. So there's no, they've got some custom like textures and sound packs and stuff to improve the feel of the game. So like you had to collect keys to unlock different doors to get to the next level, and the keys look like actual keys rather than just an iron nugget. But all of the redstone was like actual legitimate vanilla redstone, which is very impressive. But anyway, I'm quite a fan of Hermitcraft, as you might imagine. But yeah, I think it would be fun to do some of their games on stream and just see how I get on. I can't do all of them, so like Plate Up, or Hungry Hermits as it's called, is a 2-player game. People do indeed do amazing things. Right. I did have ideas, but they've gone out of my head because I've been chatting too much. Let's have a look at... Oh, we've got 10 minutes. Okay. For 10 minutes, we're going to dig. Because, yeah, so this is my flooring. And you'll notice how how samey it is and how I don't have to think. I just have to place the block. That's how I deal with it. Remove thought. It's like Steve Jobs wearing the same outfit every day so he doesn't have to think about what he's wearing. I place smooth stone slabs. I should actually do another check. Where? Statistics. There we go. Items. Mine times broken times used. Is that placed, do we think? Right. Oh, that's not so many. 9,453. Can you see how productive my ice farm was? Yep, I did a lot of ice farming. Yeah, that's true. Matte batwings. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to write that down and then look that up. Him up, sorry, presumably. I've got a little bit of paper which currently has some sort of coordinate for, I'm assuming, Minecraft, and then it's got UHC generations written on it, and now it's gonna have matte batwings. I don't know what matte batwings does, but I shall check out his videos, unless you want to tell me now. Yeah, like sometimes. So this is basically where the foundation idea was born from. Was sometimes it's nice to just have something a bit brainless to do in a game. That's not, so I'm not a huge fan of like idle games, and I downloaded one game for my phone and it was literally just tapping the screen. It didn't matter where you tapped or how often you tapped, you just had to tap the screen. And that is not a riveting gameplay loop, in my opinion. But yeah, sometimes it's nice to have the option to just do something simple that requires no thought whatsoever. And for me, that is flattening the ground and then paving it back over. Okay, I will watch at some point. In between playing video games and trying to edit my episodes. What I need to do is clone myself so that one of me can earn some actual proper money and the other one can play video games all day. And yeah. I guess that wouldn't work though, because I'd still need 2 lots of feeding. So I'd have to work twice as hard. Struggle is real. Oh no, not in real life. Not in real life at all. Yeah, I'm a fan of nature and green spaces. I like a good wood, despite the fact that in every video game I just chop them down constantly. But yeah, my idea for foundation is, in a way, it's based on the book, where they obviously land on a planet that is completely paved over and they have to get all their supplies from elsewhere. But it's actually from another video game that I play, where it has an achievement called Foundation for covering a planet in paving, basically. So it's like, why don't I do that but in Minecraft? Because I like Minecraft. I mean, I like the other game is Dyson Sphere Program, which I also like. And may play on a stream at some point. Exactly. And don't forget the boat building. I think that's where a vast proportion of England's forests went. To defeat the Spanish Armada. Who needs 100-year-old oak trees when you can have a big ship instead? Cool. Yeah, I was going to talk about this on Wednesday, but I'm getting to the point with Manor Lords where I think it's not going to be very exciting most of the time. Because as far as I can see, on the game mode that I've got, the Baron isn't going to come after me. So I'm basically just trying to build up my influence and my army so that I can take over his regions, and that's going to take a long time. So I was thinking of like playing that offline and then maybe just doing the occasional stream when something interesting is about to happen. So like when I'm upgrading to a new level of village, or if I actually take over a zone. So I was thinking of doing a different game, and one of those choices would be Dyson Sphere Program, because I basically completed the game. So I don't know if I've mentioned it on the channel before, but it's a little automation game in space, and you have to like, yeah, do the usual, gather different materials, build up factories, and then research stuff to complete the game. And I basically completed it and, you know, stopped playing as you do. And then they brought out the bug update, so you actually have NPCs that will come and try and stop you from gathering all the materials on the planets and building your Dyson Sphere. I played a little in that mode, but not really much, so like a lot of it would be still quite fresh. Yeah, I should do another Stanley Parable. It just it makes my brain hurt. It's fun, but it's definitely a weird one. And I don't know how long it goes on for, but did I do 1 or 2 streams on Stanley Parable? I think it might be 2. But yeah, I don't think I could play it to the end, like in a big old long session. I need to grab a shulker box because my inventory is full and I love hoarding stuff that I'll never use. Well, actually, soon-ish, I'll be able to turn this into... Oh, my bamboo is ready for stringing. I don't have any string. Soon I'll be able to turn this into terracotta and mud. It's actually not that useless. I should also go and check on my wheat farm. I can hear it working away, but I should actually check on it, see how productive it's been. That's annoying that it's not quite full. There we go. I did 1 stream. Oh, it felt like more. Okay. Well, this week is going to be another Manor Lords, but maybe the week after we do Stanley Parable again. And then after that, Dyson Sphere Program. Fresh save. I love the graphics in that game. Yeah, I mean, I'm in this world, but I don't like games which have hyper-realistic graphics. I like stuff that has a little bit of character to it. And Dyson Sphere Program definitely has character, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll do some more Stanley Parable and annoy the narrator. I'm sure, yeah, we had the brief moment when I was outside looking down, but I'm sure I was meant to be the narrator at some point. And I don't think we reached that bit properly. Just, yeah, is there actually an ending to it? Or is there always some, has nobody reached the end? I mean, if it exists, there's someone out there who's done it. Because people are crazy. But yeah, it's a fun little game, but it does make my head hurt. Right, night is falling. And we've come to the end of stream time. So I'm going to mine this back and then go home and end the stream. Multiple endings you have to... I mean, theoretically we already found some of those endings, but it didn't really end. Okay, oh no, I forgot about the bamboo and now it's heading for the skies. It looks so nice at 3. And now I've broken it. Okay. Right, you can get reset down to 1 then. There we go. The world's least efficient bamboo farm. Right on my front door. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. I'm also glad you were able to join in. And I shall... I didn't mean to get out of bed. Right, where's OBS gone? There we go. Gala. Okay, so yeah, I think Stanley Parable, just every now and again I'll do another one. I don't think it's a game that I could smash through because it's fun, but it's weird. I need a little break sometimes from weirdness, especially if I'm trying to read chat at the same point in time. You know, not that my chat is overly hard to keep up with. But I still need to get some text on this end screen. Yeah, bye-bye. See you later, and thanks for stopping by.